Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, sharing what I'm up to now. What the heck is she doing? What the heck is, and people ask me that, they're like, what the heck are you doing now? And this last week, I found out I need to change directions in what I'm doing for personal reasons with my online businesses and what I'm doing online. And I just had to put a project that I'm working on hold for a little while, and I'm okay with that. I'm a little disappointed because I just decided that's my one main thing I want to work on, and it's really hard for somebody like me, and if you're an entrepreneur or a business person and you've got that in your blood, sort of like I do, it's really common to be interested in a ton of different things. We're always running around like chickens with our heads cut off, in my case, investigating. We always have more ideas than we have time to actually implement all those ideas. So our time gets frazzled and separated and fractured into a million different directions, and sometimes we don't get the traction that we want. So I've been being coached to rein it all in and start with one thing. So I picked my one thing, and now I can't do that one thing. And that's all right, because I love a challenge, and it was a big challenge, but I'm deciding, okay, well, if that can't be the one thing, what is my next one thing? So my next one thing is supersize your business. I've had this supersize your business idea, and I've been working on it for probably, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years at least. And so when I needed to switch directions, I'm like, okay, well, what do I want to help people do, and what can I help people do? Well, I've been in a lot of different businesses and a lot of different industries, so I know I can help people, and I've been coaching people on it for 15 or more years, probably 30 years, on how to start your business, how to structure things, how to set things up so that they work for you, how to automate and processes and systems and procedures. I'm all about that. I spent 25 years in corporate America doing that as part of my job and getting different departments and people to work well together and function as one. And I've done that for lots of small businesses, so it just makes sense that that is the thing that I focus on. And I've actually had the website, Supersize Your Business, for about 10, 15 years. And last year, as I was going through the ClickFunnels certification program, somehow I missed the email on renewing that domain, and I lost that domain. And then I noticed that I lost it because as part of my certification, I was going to do something with it and do some of my projects on it, and it was gone. And when I contacted the people that got it, they wanted $20,000 to buy the domain back because they had seen that someone had owned it for years and years, and they figured I was a dummy like I was, and I forgot about renewing it. It was the only domain I have that's not on auto renewal. I don't know how I overlooked it, probably because it's one of the first domains I ever registered. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. It's just online techie stuff that I've been learning over since the internet was invented. I've been learning those things and studying those things and never really being able to get traction on them. So this year, and what this little conversation is about how I am going from the brick and mortar traditional world of business to the online world of business so that I can be the pajama grandma and work in my pajamas. I love working in my pajamas. I love being able to hang out in my robe all day and do my thing at home, and then just go out and interact with the world whenever I feel like it. Interact with the people I love interacting with and that I know I can help, and they're fun to work with, people I love to work with. So this last week and weekend, I filled this entire yellow pad, mapping out and planning out how I'm going about this change of direction. And it didn't really need to be this detailed or this much information, but there's a lot of different things that I've learned that I want to set it up right the first time, set it up right in the first place. And so you'll be able to watch as I do this. Again, I've already got the domain name, and I actually just went in and I just registered supersizebusiness.com. And I think it cost me, $16.99 or something instead of $25,000, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't have paid $25,000, but to me, it wasn't even worth the hassle. These guys were obviously in the business of just buying up expired domain names and then making a ton of money on it. And I'm like, does anybody really fall for that? Because there's still plenty of domain names if you get creative. So I just took the your out of it, and it's just supersizebusiness.com. Now, I've already set up a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and I've set those up years ago too, but never done anything with them. Does anybody else do that? That means I'm talking too long today. I did the longest daily share video that I've ever done before. I don't know why, but it was a quiz type thing, and of course I get to talk, and I can talk sometimes. And it was about school, and I love school. So I've mapped this whole strategy out, and I've started to implement it. I've got the domain name. I've got a Facebook group and a Facebook page set up. I don't have much on those pages, but part of what I was mapping out in the yellow pad was, how am I going to do those? Because I've never actually done my pages intentionally before, or my groups intentionally before. I've always just heard somewhere along the line that, oh, you should have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and then you should post on them. But I haven't been good about consistently posting, good content on them. I would share stuff I was sharing on another page, but it wasn't necessarily appropriate to that particular page. So there hasn't been much shared on either of those, either that page or that group. And I did put a front-end quiz on the group. It's a private group. And I just asked 3 questions. What did I ask? I don't remember. It's in here somewhere. And I asked 3 questions in the front end of that, because you can do that with groups now. And I didn't know you could do that, but that's a really powerful way of kind of pre-screening people. Hey, if you're not going to come here and be positive and read our terms or rules or whatever, and I'm not going to have many rules for my groups because I don't. If you're an a-hole, you're out. I no questions asked, because I'll wonder how you got in the first place, because it's just not part of the groups that I'm a part of. If you want to spam or just be a jerk and you're just there to take advantage of other people, you're not getting in probably in the first place, but then as soon as you do that, you're out. Those are about my only rules. It's like, treat people like you want to be treated, be a decent, great human being, because that's all I want to attract. And anybody else, smell you later. Don't have time for that. So that'll probably be the only rules. I haven't set the rules up yet for it, and I have not recorded. I'm going to do a Title of Liberty video just to, hey, this is who we are. This is what we stand for. This is what we do here. This is how we treat one another. And that only takes a few minutes, but I haven't shot that video yet. I kind of mapped that out, but I haven't done it. But I'll do that on the front end of both my page and my group. And I think the one in the group will be a little bit more, hey, this is really who I am, come on, straightforward thing, than the page, because the page will be public. Page is public for anybody that happens to land on it. The group will be just for the people that I want to work with. So that'll be a little more filtered and it'll be a lot more selective in terms of who gets in there. It'll be really selective in who gets in there, because it's only going to be awesome people that I want to be connected with. It's not going to be, anybody and their brother who sends a request. Nope, sorry. And that might sound kind of mean, but I've spent, like most of us, too many years dealing with people that are just jerks for no reason. And I'm finding the older I get, the less energy I have to deal with people like that. If you're unhappy with yourself, figure it out, but don't bring it into my world, because I don't want to deal with your problems. And I don't mean that in a mean way. And there's a lot of people I love whose problems I'll help them with, but I can't fix it for them. So I just don't want to deal with it. So I definitely don't want it in my group or in my page dynamics or in my business. Definitely not in my business life. I mean, sometimes you have to deal with people in your personal life that are a challenge and are difficult, but we never have to deal with people that are difficult or a challenge in our business life. We can always say no. One of my most difficult decisions and lessons ever in business was having to let go of my biggest, and I'm talking 70% of my gross sales, business clients and business customers. And I had to let that customer go because they were making mine and my employees' lives miserable, and it got to the point where it just wasn't worth it. And I was afraid to let them go, but when I did, we replaced the amount of money that they were bringing into our business and doubled it, because we weren't dealing with the nonsense and their drama that we just didn't need in our organization. So that's what I'm working on today. I am implementing this yellow pad into my online business and into my life, and I might ask for some advice and help with that, because I'd like to do it right, and I would like to learn as quickly and as easily as I can as I make this change of direction. So that's all I have today. Go out and make it an awesome day. Let me know what you're up to in the comments below, because if I can help you in any way, that is what I'm here for. It's all about us helping one another to achieve our goals and make the world a better place. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.